The new hits 95.7. What up? JR here in the Hits Hangout in the Zoom room with very special guest Laura Marano. How are you doing this morning?
Oh, I'm so freaking happy to be here. Thank you for having me.
Of course. I can't tell you the last time I woke up before 9 a.m., girl, but I'm doing this for you. I'm excited to meet you, okay?
I appreciate you. If it makes you feel better, I just came back from New Zealand where right now it currently would be 3 a.m. So I'm very much like, oh my God, what day is it? I'm so excited to talk to you though, and I really appreciate it.
Of course. I want to talk about Choose Love on Netflix. I want to talk about your new EP, of course, but right off the jump, I want to talk about your first headlining tour. Tell me a little bit about how this feels for you.
Oh, JR, I'm so freaking excited. I'm coming to Denver, which is very freaking exciting. I have never been on a tour ever. So not even headlining. I've never done an opening slot. My last time performing was early 2020. Before that, I was at the Roxy in 2019. Obviously during the pandemic, a lot of artists performed virtually, and I did that as well. But the fact that I'm actually going to be with people in person, feeling their energy, getting to like hold their hands, doing meet and greets, I'm so ready for it and so beyond excited. I can't even fully describe it.
Well, you mentioned you're going to be here in Denver in the Mile High, July 29th at the Marquis Theater. What kind of effort, what kind of thought, what kind of vision goes into the type of show that you like to put on? So
this show is a club tour, obviously, really intimate. I'm going to be playing keyboard for, a half of the show. And I really, in a weird way, from the pandemic, there's a lot of things that happened on the performing space that I learned and really enjoyed learning. And one of those things was last year I did this virtual concert series, and part of the concert series was I showcased unreleased music to fans, and that really excited them and made them happy. And it was a really beautiful thing that I was literally just working on that music then and got to sing it for them. So I'm doing something a little unique with this tour. Every night in the part of the set where I'm on my keys and on keys, I'm going to be like pulling out my songbook and playing a different unreleased song that I had either just written on tour, wrote a few months ago, maybe even a song that I've had for years that I don't know if I'll ever release, but I really love and I connect with. So I'm really excited for every show to feel different, every show to have a different song. It's a little ambitious, right? There's going to be 22 of them, which is not going to be too hard because I have a lot of unreleased music, but what will be tough is like remembering how to play each one. But I'm really pumped for that, to have just another layer of kind of intimate connection with my fans. Of this is a song very stripped down. I've just written. I have to literally have the chords and lyrics in front of me because I don't know if I remember them. And I'm really excited for that part.
Well, again, we can't wait to see you again, July 29th, Marquis Theater. I got to hear about your third and final installment in the Me, You, and Us trilogy. The Us EP will be here. I think it's, 9-10 days now, July 8th, right?
9 days. Yeah, July 8th. Oh my God, I'm so excited. It's essentially, it feels like the end of a chapter for me because it is the official kind of like conclusion of the first group of songs and music that I put out as an independent artist. So I'm really, I don't know, it feels like quite emotional, especially because the songs on this EP are more emotional, right? It ended up being a breakup EP, which I wasn't anticipating. So I don't even know totally how to feel about it quite yet, but I am really excited for fans to hear it and get the end of the story, with also knowing that more music is going to be coming.
Well, available again July 8th, and I really love the cover of your EP here. Major Tinkerbell vibes. Was that on purpose?
Yes. I wanted to do, right, the idea was not all fairy tales end up having the happily ever after that you want. So I was a sad fairy in like this, sad fairy tale world. It's funny because breakup song, the song I just released last month, What is Time? that artwork was also inspired by kind of like princess running in a forest vibes. So yeah, it's very much been a little like fairy core, and I'm very excited.
What song from your EP are you looking forward to performing the most on tour, and why that specific song?
Oh, that's so hard. I will say I'm pretty excited about Worst Kind of Hurt.
Okay.
It's right now my most popular song on Spotify. I, released it a few months ago, and that song I'll be playing on piano. And so I'm just excited about the prospect of people singing it back to me. It's also a song I love very, very much, and it's quite emotional. So I'm excited I'm weirdly excited for that. I think it'll be quite cathartic for me.
Well, you should be excited. It's a big deal, right?
I still haven't wrapped my head fully around that I'm going on my first tour ever. It's like exciting. It's
going to be awesome. And next, I'd be kicking myself later in the butt if I didn't ask you about this interactive Netflix show, Choose Love. I'm trying to wrap my head around it. I'm trying to understand it, but essentially the viewer is going to be able to dictate where the story goes. Is that how this works?
Yes. And if you think you had a hard time wrapping your head around it, just read about it. Try acting in it. Oh my God. It was the craziest project I've ever been a part of. And it was so intense, so much dialogue. My character is in every scene.
You're the lead, right?
Yes. And so we had to film all of the options. There are a variety of options for you to choose from. And yes, you dictate how the story ends. I do feel like I'm really excited for people to do our interactive. Obviously, there's been other interactive before. It's the first interactive rom-com. But you really do have the power to completely change the story. It's kind of bananas. I had a few crew members tell me at the end, right, we wrapped, and it was such a beautiful group of people and so wonderful. But it was the most intense project of my life. I was, it was a lot. And I had a bunch of crew members be like, oh my God, I'm so sad it's over. This was one of the easiest projects I've ever had to be a part of. And I was like, oh, cool for you.
Yeah.
It was so challenging, but I am so excited for people to see it. It's not going to be out for a while, but all the actors were amazing. The other guys, all the actors in general, just really good group of people. So excited about that.
I'm looking forward to this, and looking forward to taking your character on a journey for sure.
Yes. And it was hard acting it because I was I determine my character as an actress by the choices that my character makes. And
right.
There's different choices she makes. So
it is super, super cool. You have so much going on, and it's been an absolute pleasure kicking it with you today. Again, your new EP, Us, is out July 8th, and tickets are available now for Laura Marano at Marquis Theater July 29th. Any final words for the Mile High City?
I just want to say I'm so excited to be in the city. I haven't been in Denver in a hot minute, and I can't wait to see all of you guys. I love you. I'm excited to go on tour, and thank you so much for this interview. I really appreciate it.
Of course, I will definitely be at the show. And lastly, if you don't mind, on my TikTok, I like to do random word challenges from people that I Zoom with. So if you could challenge me with a random word, I'll capture this clip. Okay. Say, JR, I challenge you to use blank on the air.
Okay. I challenge you to use tea on the air.
Challenge accepted. Thanks again for your time today. So excited to see you July 29th at Marquis Theater.
Thank you so much. Have such a great day.
Catch you later.